Do you actively work on relationship marketing in your business? Did you know that not all companies take the time to work on relationship marketing? There are 3 main reasons for this, which include not having the funds to run a campaign, not having a good plan in place and being limited due to technology. Those right there. Let's take a look at each one of them in depth. Lack of funds. If you currently don't have the funds to run an all-out relationship marketing campaign, think smaller. Try looking at what you can afford to do rather than looking at what you can't do. Could you run smaller campaigns instead? Could you cut costs on this area and make room for some relationship marketing? How about looking for some crowdfunding help? Gosh, if you don't know what crowdfunding is, get acquainted with that. That's how a lot of businesses save a lot of money. I have. You may even want to try something like setting aside some funds just for relationship marketing. Like, let's say you covered all your expenses. If you have some left over for yourself, you want to have a little bit of that. But if you don't, then there are other ways of building relationship marketing campaigns. Did you know that you don't have to pay for any? You can build a relationship marketing campaign by simply doing what? Getting active in social media, engaging. I started out with not having any money. So you know how I built my brand on relationship marketing? Social media. That's how I interact, and that's still how I interact today. So if you're low on funds, find ways. Find ways to find, if you don't have the money, find ways to improvise. If you have it, set aside for it. Spend as little as you can until you're at a point where you can afford to, kind of expand. It doesn't mean, the whole thing about relationship marketing is not like you can't do it. You can. Just because you don't have the funds for it doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to think of other ways to get this thing started. So be creative with your thinking. Okay, number 2, right? Lack of funds. The other one was having no plan in place. If you have no plan in place because you probably don't understand the concept of relationship marketing in the first place. Once you do, you can then formulate a plan and get things moving. A simple plan could be to brand your business with a new logo or update your color scheme. Then update your website, your blogs, your email templates, your social media pages. All of that is part of your marketing plan, but it's also part of your relationship marketing plan. This provides you with instant credibility, and people will start recognizing your brand more often. So as they say, the more that you get your face out there, the more that you get your brand out there, that leads to increased visitors. Thus, they become aware of your brand and aware of who you are. That increases business, that increases sales. Technology issues. If you are totally stuck and you don't want to learn how to do anything technological wise, hire somebody to do it. If you like me, you know what I did? I learned it all myself. So I didn't have to outsource it. So instead of banging your head about, free up some time and save your sanity by outsourcing anything that you can't do, anything that's difficult or challenging, or anything that takes you away from your core focus, then have somebody else do it. These issues don't have to be so complicated. They don't have to bring you down. You don't have to look at this, make a mountain out of a molehill, if you will. It's not that difficult. You may not feel like, for example, writing an email campaign. If you don't feel like doing it, get somebody else to do that. Do what you can do, and have somebody else do the other things. So always follow the rule of code, if you will. Follow your core strengths, and have somebody else focus on your weaknesses.